afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Strike Defender of the Fatherland, off hit an exciting 1 versus 1 on Fayomonville Approach between the West. We got here Wuff fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland, the 107th Panzer Brigade, versus in the East we got Vonivan fighting for King and Country, the Commonwealth here, with Vanguard immediately chosen, taking on the role of the 11th Armoured Division, with Infantry, Vickers and Tank Bulletins versus Wuffs, Scavenge, Fortifications and Breakthrough, with Infantry like Cannon Bulletins. Also big thanks to Joachim and Torben for supporting the Propagandacast on Patreon. Big thanks to both of you, and of course supporting the war effort. And remember, to everybody else, you too can support the war effort either by pledging on Patreon or donating. Links on the video description. Sturmpanzers close up with the section there up close. The section that got in us, I think, reasonably good head start, but even then up close, the Sturmpanzers do have a lot more DPS. Ultimately there, Vonivan's infantry section is overwhelmed by the sheer power of the Sturmgewehr. North here, we've got a full squad again in the section there by the fuel point here. Hold up behind sandbags, so they should have the overall advantage. Whereas the full grenadiers, it does mean the 280 man per section is going to be occupied by 250 full grenadier squad. Section enforcing Vickers machine gun around there for Vonivan, with of course the 3% accuracy bullet in there, which slightly of course improves everything. Setting up their Sturmpanzer caught here while laying down barbed wire. That should give Wolf Sturmpioneer a bit of a run for their money. In this case, apparently he got a bit lucky there. They didn't take more damage than they did. Forces securing territory here. Overall, so far, Wolf has aimed for disrupt to start by this mountain. Notice he's not actually securing any territory really himself. He's just aiming towards disrupting Vonivan's opening and then sort of follow up on this. Of course, depending how it works out, it could be great, but on the other hand, like this, he's actually not getting that because that's prevented from Vonivan getting any fuel comparatively. So, in this regard, Wolf's start is not coming off, I would say, perfectly. I mean, he's doing some damage, but resource-wise, he's going to be already falling behind Vonivan here because he's actually got some points, including a fuel point, so he's getting a fuel lead over Wolf. So Wolf needs to grab some territory there. Normally, I'd recommend a Kubelwagen for this, since the Kubelwagen is fast, has a high capturing speed, so you can just quickly sit between the points and secure them. Meaning you don't fall too far behind here, but for whatever reasons, Wolf is aiming for a lot of infantry. It does push pay Vonivan there for the fuel pump. You got the Vickers moving in. Meanwhile, we got Vonivan sending troops to the south and Saps on the way there. Cheaper infantry, then quickly get up in closer quarters and do some damage. Vickers there as the Volks is quickly suppressing, getting a kill there on Ludwig. Another squad moving in to deal with the Vickers there out in the open. Schnell, fire, aim und shoot. Ah, wait, I got the order wrong. Scheiße. Well, a good thing we're flanking some, yeah, otherwise he might have been in trouble. Vickers there overwhelmed though, but we got the Saps around there, the Sten guns sweeping out their hands. Section there good to go, medic cuts on the way in the south here, folks there engaged by the section here by the fuel point. He might want to rush up to the heavy cover first, get aid within more effective range, get into heavy cover, and of course get the bonus there much more effectively. So folks they're going to probably end up in a slightly losing engagement there versus the section, unless Lady Fortune favours Wuff there. And the south, Sturmpanzer going to try and flank behind the section. Saps moving up, they're having cleared out the barbed wire plus a bit of the masonry there with some explosive charges. Very good work there by Vonivan. A lot of players neglect this ability. This ability that is, I think, overall quite a handy one. Section there push back as the Sturmpioneer launch a swift and decisive flank for the fatherland. And meanwhile, here we can see sort of Vonivan going for a slightly deeper flank here. Not going directly for the fuel point, possibly anticipating defenses here. In fact, we got sandbags down there from Wolf to help the point from the north, but in this case, getting flanked here by the Vickers and the section, forcing Wolf there to have to slightly alter his plans. In the centre, Sappers moving up, but quickly got engaged by the Volks. If we haven't rushed into the cover there, we should be able to beat them here. Reinforcement going on. We'll be going for more sappers, maybe a sniper. In this case, Vonivan aims for the universal carrier, thus gaining a bit more mobility that way versus Wolf, who has been able to now push back a bit here in terms of tech there, overcoming the initial slight disadvantage there from his start, but obviously again just gaining so much more territory afterwards. Folks dealing with the section there, being pushed back. Victory point secured. Bunched up both units. He's basically using the section to heal up the Vickers as much as he can before splitting them off, though we could have grabbed that fuel point a bit faster. Hitting the carve point there. We got 4 full squads here for Wolf and a Bell Group headquarters, so no Luke's rush there from Wolf versus Vonivan. That should give Vonivan in some ways a bit of rest. Of course, it does mean on the other hand the infantry is going to be that much more tiresome. He's trying to counter it here though by trenches and the likes, which is going to be harder for Wolf's infantry hordes to just deal with. Grabbing the point here, section north, which universal carry out. could go here for the flamethrower upgrade, or he could very likely go for the Vickers K, that way adding some more firepower on the move and a bit more mobile suppression if it comes to, you know, being necessary as the 107th Panzer Brigade. Trench being dug there, and it is done. Up north here, section versus Fulskins, the section that's losing out here to the Fulskgrenadiere. Their rifles and their spirit proving to be too much for the Tommies. We only have T propelling them. And yeah, Vickers K there on the way for the Universal K. I actually don't know if they used the Vickers K there. From what I know, they would have used, you know, 30 cal machine guns. Apparently in some cases 50 cal machine guns on the Universal Carrier, but the Vickers K apparently I don't seem to have seen any sort of sources for, personally. Obviously, if adding a 50 cal to that might, of course, create some expectations in terms of, you know, its firepower, so it could be decided that would just be a bit much. Sturmpanzer taking heavy damage from the Vickers K section and dealing with the Volkswagen here. Sappers need to retreat soon. Back here we got the armoured car being researched there for Vonivan, adding some more mobile firepower for him. You can also soon here consider calling in a Fort Logistics Glider and the officer, that way pressuring Wuff much more aggressively. But see there, Vonivan has sort of pushed back a lot of the map, or at least some of the map, in particular the vital map bits there, away from Wuff and the 107th Panzer Brigade, who's now going for a Kedden effort to counter some of that. And there you go, the AC Mark 3 on the way for Vonivan, though he could cancel it and just get the manpower there away for a Fort Logistics Glider. But I imagine here in this case, Vonivan is worried about his opponent going for a mechanized regiment and obviously the looks. So Vonivan wants to be sure. I mean, he doesn't know exactly what Wuff is teched for, so he's going for the safe bet here, which is obviously in most cases, you know, what most common sense is when you don't have 100% clarity of what's going on in your opponent's base. So, I mean, from that perspective, Vonivan, of course, is making the right choice. He is assuming that Wuff is pretty much sticking to the sort of primary meta, which is, you know, rushing out a looks. But here, healing enforcement going on. Universal Carrier needs to be a bit repaired, pull a bit back. And they've got the AC Mark 3 out. AC standing for, not from, but for Associated Equipment Company, the manufacturer of the AC Mark 3. Earlier versions had basically smaller guns. The Mark 3 ended up with a 75mm gun. A further thing to note about it was actually made from parts of old heavy tanks like the Matilda and the Valentine. Fun fact there. Section advancing up for the south here. Sappers on the right, everything does care. Troops leading up the Vickers. And troops advancing there as well. Wuff in a reasonably good position, using like Kedden to clear up the trench in the south. And mines going off here, but only kills Paul Lawrence, who no one really liked anyways. There we go. Universal Code good to go again. Sappers section. Vickers moving out as well here for King and Country. For now, might of course be setting up for the Fort Logistics Glider and a commando insertion. Wuff taking up there. Timing wise, he might of course just be preparing for the Schwerpunted quarters. Mechanized regiment is something to go for, but timing wise, it's not something I would recommend. Nice flank here, denying the house to Vonivan. Of course, makes it hard for him to get close to the Universal Carrier. Up north, though, we got a secondary move here by Vonivan. Quickly occupying the trench again. I can't have a spot if we got the armored car there hanging back. But the southern push is frustrated here by Wuff and his forces. Noting none of the Volkswagen so far getting upgraded with Sturmgewehrs. Troops are reinforcing, healing up, and truck moving ahead there. Section 5 versus Volkswagen is here by the western carve point. Not ground back the fuel point. If you get enough munitions, you can just use radar bridge to actually have the armoured car seize a lot of territory. It's a very potent capturing ability in that sense for quite a low price. It can quickly allow you to just swing the entire sort of map control in your favour very rapidly. Oh, he actually went for a Panzer Strike for the Sturmpanzer to help. That's the armoured car and the Universal Carrier. Interesting move there by Wuff. Rarer to see. Most people just prefer, you know, or to go for the Minesweeper kit there. But Wuff wanted some like kits and Panzerbuchse. Getting a bit too close there for comfort, I think, with the Universal Carrier still gunning down those Huns. With some heavy firepower there. Trenching up further, we got bolted sections out there for Vonivan. So far, no use of his doctrine, so it does seem setting up for the Fort Logistics Glider. And also, not getting back that fuel point. That definitely feels like a bit of a unfortunate development there for Vonivan. Bit of an oversight. Wuff can also up the Schwerpunted quarters. Sturmpioneer moving out there with their Panzerschreck and their Sturmgewehrs. And it goes sort on the trench. Sort of slight weakness here, since it could just be attacked from the north and it can be outmaneuvered. So Wuff is going to have to fall back. Not Wuff, but Vonivan. Wuff's the one that's advancing there. He doesn't have to fall back here in the face of the Tommies, as the defences are easily outdone by German cunning and skill. But we just moved across to the weak side. Has that skill shot up, Jürgen? We're trying to look cool here. Vic is there reinforcing, or he should be reinforcing soon. And now he does seem to be setting up here with the Fort Logistics Glider. Schwerpunted quarters going up here for Wuff and the 107th Panzer Brigade. Quick grenade there on the Sapper section, though it does have the fuel pump back, hitting the southern one as well. It could, by the way, pop, again, raid operation there just to kill all of this very rapidly. But it seems like Vonivan is a bit too caught up in other things now to consider it. But again, very good ability. It's probably one of the best ones in the game. But when it comes to just capturing territory, it's just amazing. Great for harassment, just great for securing a large chunk of everything you want. I'm guessing he's just not entirely sure why he wants to call it in, or he's just forgotten about it. Bit hard to say here. But he's now getting control of both fuel points. Their punted quarters up for Wuff and the 107th Panzer Brigade. We got a large force going to flank in here from Wuff as they charge in, outmaneuvering the Tommies. And there you go, Fort Logistics Glider in, but it's still coming under fire here from the 30mm flak on the Schwerer punted quarters. The Schwerer Wehrmacht Schlepper. Pulls them far from Vickers and Vickers K. And sending up here. Clearly indicating that Vonivan intends to get more than just the officers out. He wants commandos out. So that's clearly some foresight there. Most players just used to this one, for example, just landing close and doing some nasty damage. Few players, though, sort of have the foresight to sort of really think ahead and think, you know what, I want more commandos. This is definitely a sharp move there by Vonivan. He's not going to rely on the shock element. He's going to rely on the long-term getting a lot of commanders out element, because, you know, 350 manpower for a 5-man commander squad is quite efficient. Considering, particularly, I mean, they're pretty much at that point just almost like Pentagon is in terms of effective range, but they're certainly tougher in some ways, and also have some very nasty veterancy abilities, plus an innate ambush ability. So they're really good for their price. So, I mean, if you can get up, you know, those, you're in a really good shape. So that, I think, is a really good idea there by Vonivan. Again, certainly indicative of a higher skill level there. We got Mines down here, we got Bartwire going down, Baker setting up there. We could also just, you know, lay down a destroy cover ability and just wreck it, to be honest. Separation then needs to retreat, though. Our way now, Vonivan is very much control the map here compared to Wuff, who's now struggling to gain control of the fuel. Hold it against those damn Tommies. Those Inselaffen. You also got Bren guns up here. Note, by the way, they're also pretty good in the commanders, because the commanders can fire them on the move. And quick note there, the commanders are pretty much the only infantry unit in the game that can fire any light machine gun on the move. That's a very important distinction there to keep in mind. Which again gives the commanders there some heavy utility in many ways. That makes them in that way also much better than pretty much any other elite infantry in some ways. So we got troops moving up here again. Officer spearheading a section assault here, lugging around his own Bren gun. Section there being suppressed, well, Volkswagen is being suppressed by the biggest machine gun section there. Alright lads, sold them off. How about some tea? Why, thank you. The Kenmeth for there, using the Volkswagen spotters, engage and ambush the armoured car, forcing Vonivan there to pull it back for the time being. Quickly advancing here with the Bren gun and the silent Sten guns, which were slightly sort of special made, rather heavily modified, also very quickly overheated if you weren't incautious with them, so you had to be careful about that. And they also had to have a canvas around the barrel, because otherwise you'd burn your fingers. Fun fact, the Germans also really like those for their own special operations troops. In fact, Scorsini really thought they were clever. That's a little fun note there. Force then getting the section here. No Sturm giving us on the way. We got to enter tank away for Vonivan. He's obviously aware that Wuff is eventually going to be calling in those panzers. Obviously, he was aware that something was shooting at his glider, and it obviously was not a Flak 88 battery conveniently located there. Armoured car fixed up again. Got Sturm parts advancing into the commanders. That is definitely a win there for Vonivan's air landing officer. We also know we got a Lactis Infantry shoots out there for Wuff, adding some artillery there, but the Sturm pioneers just stand no chance. Not within effective range, and well, the unit wasn't heavy covered with a Bren-like machine gun. Armour car was getting hit by the Kidnapper. Not quite rolling so well there for Vonivan, and the sappers trying to close in are taking too much damage. Well, in fact, counting the Piats, which further hurt their anti-infantry abilities. That's less good there. Lost them, in fact, and handed over Piat there to Wuff's forces. Bit of a loss there for Vonivan. Small win there for Wuff and the German army. And in fact, he looks as about to lose another section here. There we go, retreats in time this time around. And we got more sappers on the way there. Schwer punted quarter to fire from the 6-pounding gun. Going to try and destroy it before Wuff can call in any armour. Very good work there, though, except the anti-tank gun is not very good at hitting. There you go, got a hit. Commando officer just remains static up north.
We're losing a capture point.
Further damage there. We got the section spawning here with their Bren guns, with Kednefer quickly dislodged. And we can see Wuff is trying to silence the anti-tank gun there with his own Leicht's Infantry Geschütz. Vonivan is yet to take up himself. Wuff can soon call in a Panzer IV. Also getting closer to veteran film the Universal Carrier, which has already done 18 kills, which is pretty good. And overall, the increase in Bren guns is pretty good for Vonivan, less good for Wuff. Though he is beginning to add assault rifles to his Volksgrenadiere, adding more firepower to the proceedings for the German army. In the South, armoured car strikes again, but this time around we got the Piats there harassing the AC Mark III. Poor Dieter there, though, lamenting he has to use the Piat, as it is not a very comfortable weapon to use, being spring-loaded. It rather had some defects. Looks like Wuff is not aiming for the Panzer IV, but actually aiming for the Panzer V, aka the Panther. Wuff's got bigger plans, bigger dreams for Germany. He's ambitious. The others only thinks in Panzer IVs, Wuff thinks in Panzer Vs. Some think Deutschland, Wuff thinks Großdeutschland. And so on. And so up north here this time around, though, for now getting slightly punched for just thinking about there. Fulls attacking there with an incendiary grenade, and there you go, forcing for nice force sights. Pops a light gammon bomb, though it has to can't stop doing that. In the south, more Rasman here could again pop raid operation, but also allows armored car to quickly secure a lot of territory. But seems like for now it's very much until using all some munitions there on Bren guns, which is, you know, understandable. Good investments for sure. And there you go. Even as it's taking heavy fire, Wuff is aiming for the Panther. In the south here, reinforcement going on, or should be going on anytime soon. Baker's virtually free. But the light infantry gun is definitely continuing to be a bit of a problem element there for Vonivan. And the 11th Armoured Forces they're fighting off. Bren section there blasting away. And up north there we can see a nice flank here by Wuff's forces heading up behind, trying to clear out the anti-tank and any other weapons, but also threaten the fuel point there. So very good work by Wuff there. Vic is wiped out, in fact. That's a pretty big loss there for Vonivan if Wuff gets his Teutonic hands on it. So we got the Vickers cleared. The arriving veterans to 3 now. So there you go, quick Piat hit there. Threatens the structural integrity of the Universal Carrier. And turning into a less than Universal Carrier. But there you go. Panther out here for Wuff. Panzerkampfwagen 5. Model A. Since again that seems to be the model they're sort of all sticking to. Air landing officer making short work of the Volksgrenadiere. No sign yet of any commanders. Then again he's sort of been under pressure, so he hasn't been able to go for it. He is taking up though. Could maybe consider sneaking in him. Oh. Disabled. For what reason, no one wonders. It's still there. I wonder if there's some reason for it. Oh, it crash landed. Oh, that is unfortunate. It crash landed. That would be the explanation there. Got a Bren gun back there, so now it's got 2 on the officer. Bit of a shame there for Vonivan, bit of a shame. Still he's maintaining control of the rest of the map. Calling in more sections. In the south here we got the section up against the command, the Panther, just regular Panther with no commands there. Wuff while they're going for scavenge, opening up for grenade assaults, Jaegers, Ostvins and artillery call-ins. So got the Panther hot in pursuit here of the section, gunning them down with its machine guns. And we got the AC firing at the frontal arm of the Panther. Not achieving much success there, but there goes second hit penetrates. Takes a return hit there from the Panther though. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Back here, he can soon consider going for a Cromwell or maybe a Firefly. Probably a better idea there as the Panther. Up north, also they're holding up the line there, defending the victory point against the Universal Carrier. 21 kills. So that's really been quite some work there for Vonivan and the 11th Armoured. Back here, healing reinforcement going on. Up there, Universal Carrier forced to fall back. High likelihood of losing unless he does some very deft manoeuvring. That might just have me using the glider in this case to actually draw fire away, using it to repair. Does Wuff continue to pursue, or does he just sort of satisfy himself having destroyed an allied glider? Looks like he did, just other stuff happened. Either way, Vonivan's Universal Carrier survives thanks to the glider. Good work. Got the end landing off, charging ahead. Section 6 pounder gun Vickers moving up there, pushing back the Panther slowly. In the south, forced to fall back there in the face of increasing German presence. Panther moving up again, 6 pounder gun ready though, and effective range. Good penetrating hit there from Vonivan, 6 pounder gun up north here. Section with Universal Carrier support, then engaging the folks behind heavy cover. Slowly murdering those crap bastards. With an MD-34 now arriving for Wuff, he's finally calling up some supportive weapons of his own to slow down any British infantry advances. Wuff's had enough of all those Bren guns. And we got hammer tactics for Vonivan. So for now, he's being a bit ambitious. He's aiming straight for the Comet. He does have the resource rod almost, but kind of would have figured maybe going for Firefly first, but he's aiming for the Comet. Very interesting move there by Vonivan. The South Armoured Car continues to pressure Wuff's troops there. Bit risky though, moving about like that on its own with no immediate infantry support. They've got the Sabs now moving up there with the Sten guns. 6 pounder gun grabbing the pump. We got the Panther moving in further northwards. Quickly catching some Tommies out in the open. And there we go, another Piat hit then in the Universal Carrier. That Piat's starting to prove to be more of a nuisance to Vonivan than it was to Wuff. And that section needs to retreat. It's about to get entirely annihilated there by the infantry gun and the Panther. And there's a Volkswagen squad threatening the retreat path there. They got wiped. An unfortunate loss for Vonivan. Armour car forced to fall back there. He's close to the Comet though. He's very close. He just needs a bit more manpower. Trick is getting there since he can't quite get the fuel point due to Wuff's infantry assault there, supported by the Panther. Quick one-hand granada. 6 pounder gun, the supporting, pushes back the Panther a bit. Vonivan's forces are taking debilitating losses in the fight for the northern fuel point in the south. They also push back here. Wuff is turning out to be quite a wily and tricky opponent. Mine's being laid down there. For now, they're getting really close. We can actually cancel it now and sort of call in the Panther. The section is getting this, and then go straight for the Comet. He clearly wants to replace infantry losses first before calling in any tanks. Since Wuff does have an awful lot of infantry on the field, he's also going for another truck to help over the mechanized regiment. And he might try and move straight for the King Tiger, which with only one tank on the field could allow for now and then to bring up more stuff to counter it. It's a bit of a risky move there, but Wuff, even despite his, I would say, sizable lead, then again, if we were to go for another tank, we would not be able to get out of King Tiger until they lost another one.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Again, if they're caught by a lot of Bren guns and sent away. But he's almost there, ready for the Comet.
Capture point is being overrun.
Panther fixed up as well there for the Fatherland. There you go, bit of shooting. Unfortunately, they're going to lose out here at range due to the commander's double Bren guns and of course Sten guns as well, a bit there. But we got a flanking from the south as well, further cementing the situation there, which was not favourable for the German army. And now Vonivan does have the resource there for the Comet. It could of course be setting up for the Crocodile now, but with the Panther out, I don't think the Crocodile is going to be an amazing choice versus that. I mean, he can soak up some hits and murder some infantry, but versus the Panther, one-on-one, the Crocodile will be a bit on the short side. There we go. Comet on the way for Vonivan and the 11th Armoured. In the centre they got section with Vickers support pushing ahead here. Goes straight into another machine gun here. Nicely positioned behind the fence there by Wuff. Got the officer hard to work there, but taking hits from the artillery and the Panther, and the forces are about to get wiped out. Smoke screen popped off. Yes, they retreat.
A capture point.
Very nice bit there, veteran defeatability for the commandos. Fixing up the AC, veterancy 2. If we can somehow lure the Panther away from the rest of the defences, then hit it with that and then strike with the Comet, he could have a good chance of taking out the Panther. Certainly takes a bit there to immobilise any tank using the armoured car's ability, but it's pretty good there if you can do it. Pinned down to the ground. And there we go. Comet out for Vonivan. Got the Panther striking hit, they're very close to veterancy 1. And the Universal Carrier finally goes down. Quite a bit of loss there for Vonivan. Had done quite a bit of good for him. And going straight here for the Panther. Going to try and flank it. Of course, needs to be mindful of might and other things. And there you go. Pulls it off. Comet there, of course, really fast for such a tank. 6-pounder gun, they're wiped out. Decreasing the support in there, going Panther fast off. They expose the rear there of the Panther to the Comet, but a mistake there. We also got a kid of supporting. Still gets a good hit there, halfway to veterancy 1. But looks like he does get away with the Comet there, and it's a 77mm gun. Technically, it was a 17-pounder gun, just with a shorter barrel. It was called a 70mm gun, simply to avoid confusion with the 17-pounder gun. A little fun fact there. Fixing up the Comet. Of course, they're taking some hits there from the Comet. Its high explosive shells landing quite nastily.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
For now, no bit on the defensive against Wuff. Needs to do something a bit more drastic. Needs to land some kind of greater hit there against Wuff. Should turn around. There you go, for some straight from the Comet. There you go, nasty hit. Machine guns all doing the job. Almost wiping out the entire squad. And he tries to get in the wipe. But there you go, we got Wuff calling it to the 105mm howitzer fire caught in there on Vonivan's positions, trying to shatter the Tommy's force concentration there, and looks like Vonivan managed to salvage most of it. No, direct hit on the Vickers, almost takes it out. Oh dear, and most of the fire just lands. So it's basically a stray shot there, doing the dirty deed. That was rather lucky there for Wuff. Poor luck for Vonivan. Another push in the centre, and the south is now open. But again, try and maybe, rush in. There's something used on raid operation. Again, an armoured car could do the job very quickly. And it doesn't just allow vehicles to do grab points, it allows them to do it really fast. It's basically breakthrough and counter-attack tactics combined into one ability, and then making it reasonably cheap for the cost, plus allowing stuff to grab territory in terms of vehicles. It's a really powerful ability there. I'm a bit surprised at this point if Vonivan hasn't tried to make use of it at all. Even if he wants the munitions for Bren guns, I mean, even a good use of this one could really swing the game very much hard in his favour. There you go. Tank command up for the Comet. Closing in on veterancy 1, opening up there for white phosphorus shells to replace the smoke shells. North heavy firing. There we go. Strikes straight to the centre right side. Kedenmerfer. And for now, very quick to get away from that. For very obvious reasons. Bring up the Comet support northwards. Can of course clear out those Volkswagens quite quickly, but instead doesn't happen. But Volkswagens retreat. Smoke helps up the Comet a bit there, but the Panther still gets a good hit, penetrating the frontal armour of the Comet. In the south, Vickers and section advancing there. Armoured car good to go. And there you go, got the 6-pounder gun supporting the Comet here against the Panther. Panther, by the way, really close to Richie too, which is certainly something there for now he needs to be mindful of. Would certainly make him, I think, should consider, you know, a Firefly to help deal with that. Though of course you could just go for more Comets since they are pretty good against the infantry. You can isolate the Panther from the infantry support, and that's going to be pretty good there for Vonivan as well. There you go, good pressure in the south. Still no sign though of raid operation. Really would love to see him use that one.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
But how to work taking up the Panther. For the umpteenth time, and there you go. Comet shoots and majestically misses by hitting something else instead. Librarian guns here, they're circling the Germans in British lead. Force them to reconsider their positioning and overall fall back to slightly less hazardous area. 1 and 7th Panther Brigade, though, still maintains a rather lethal force here as the 11th Armoured, but the 11th Armoured has rallied quite nicely. It's now in control most of the map, and of course has a decent amount of armour and infantry. Certainly heavily equipped infantry. Got the southern fuel as well now. Lastly gaining a solid fuel lead there of Wuff and the 1 and 7th Panther Brigade, which fought in Operation Market Garden. And in fact performed so well it was actually upgraded to a Panzer Grenadier Division. Fun fact, which would then actually keep, you know, all the Panthers and other things the Panzer Brigade would have, making it an unusually well equipped Panzer Brigade until it lost and of course had to get a replacement, in which case it couldn't get those things replaced. Mines being laid down there. Wuff getting obviously more concerned over now, putting off any sneak attacks. Vickers versus Panther. And we got the King Tiger out here for Wuff. Königstiger, Tiger 2. Mobilized for the fatherland. That's going to be quite a challenge there for now. And also note that Wuff preemptively just incendiary grenade at the house, anticipating for now to sneak in something there, or maybe spotted something there just out of the corner of his eye. It's hard to say there. Either way though, he can't use that house. In fact, we've got a grenade assault falling up here, demolishing the house entirely. Wuff is taking no chances with that house. He's taking no chances whatsoever. But he upgraded his section with a pier as well. That's a curious choice there for now. But the folks out in the open getting absolutely pelted with heavy fire. I'm guessing that we actually picked it up from the Volkswagen squad he managed to wipe, which did have the pier. Sniper for Vonivan now. Interesting choice there. Might be setting up for the Crocodile. Might be setting up for a Firefly or maybe another Comet. With the King Tiger out, though, a Firefly should not be a bad choice. Almost got the commando section entirely wiped. And there you go. We got the Firefly on the way for Vonivan and the 11th Armoured Division. Points then being secured. Mines being laid down as well. The Schuhmine, which stands for Schützenmine. And we got the trench being dug down there. For now, making overall here consistent use of trenches throughout the fight. To defend and hold off those damn dirty hands. There you go, forces advancing, taking heavy fire there. Not quite paying attention, but there you go. One hand grenade off. Firefly almost done there for Vonivan. Comet just sort of waiting about there for orders, and there you go. Panther moving ahead, King Tiger in reserve. There you go. Wuff just, or Vonivan just falls back. Steel Empire's flanking behind. Very good work there. Nice use of flanking there by Wuff overall. But there you go. Sniper arrives to maybe try and save the section a bit there. And we got the Firefly out there with its actual 17-pounder gun.
Point is being overrun.
Quickly adding the tulip rockets and the tank commander to it. Tulip rockets, by the way, only used, I think, or first used by the Rhine crossing.
Damned enemies trying to take a point.
Not entirely sure how effective the tulip rockets actually were in the war, though. But they were a rather late war addition. There you go, King Tiger into the Firefly, direct hit, 6-pounder gun sitting up there as well. Armoured car shoots, misses, 6-pounder gun misses. Further pressure in the south is supported now by the sniper. Vonivan is emboldened, ready to once more take on the Hun now that he's got a chap in a ghillie suit with a large anti-tank rifle. Looks like he might be setting up here for maybe a strafing support call-in here versus Wuff.
Take it.
Pampering downwards, but he's exposed to the rear armor. In this case, he's lucky there's no one with anti-tank weapons nearby. Oh, so I could have done a bit awkwardly for the Panther. We got to push into the center here. Comet moving in. Got the Firefly at range, I suppose, ready to support. Armored car 6-pounder gun. I was going to try and hunt down the Panther here, actually. Note he's taking a longer route here. He's attempting to. So that way avoid any anti-tank weapons that might be sort of lurking along the route. Very good move there. Don't want your Comet to get damaged before the fight. Eventually from the light infantry gun. Oh, King Tiger lands a devastating hit in the section, almost taking out the entire lot. There you go, 6-pounder gun. Firefly shoots at the King Tiger. Got sniper setting up the small house. Firefly shoots, and there you go, stuns the King Tiger. Come moving up, armored car support. Need to be careful with the sniper. They need to be careful. King Tiger taking heavy damage to the still. Oh, sniper needs to retreat. Needs to retreat. 6-pounder gun cleared out here by the false grenadiers. Sniper might get wiped out as well. Able to retreat by the assault rifle wielding. Nope. Sappers moving to save the day here. Comet continues to shoot against the Panther. Panther bounces off there. Veterinary 2. Further fortified with CoH2. There you go. Comet finally lands a penetrating hit there. Sappers though close being wiped out as well here by artillery and false grenadier fire. Firefly just keeps firing away, and there you go. Got the Panther pursuing the Comet here. Academy for supporting. Forcing for now and there to reposition his Comet further and further back to avoid that one getting filled with holes. So unfortunately it's engaged there by Vonivan, rather allowing Wuff to push ahead, though he's still doing some damage. There you go, Firefly lands another good hit in the Panther, taking down to half health, which is getting close to Veterans 3. Just reinforcing healing here, and up here we got repairs going on there. We've got the mechanized rating fully repaired, the upgrade as well for Wuff and the 107th Panzer Brigade. Firefly halfway to Veterans 2. Pretty good for Vonivan if he can get it there.
We're losing a capture point.
And more work down the Comet, which is getting very close to Veterans 2 itself. Sandbags being laid down to defend the southern fuel point. King Tiger rumbling ahead. And the Panther now the one to receive repairs. Looks like air reconnaissance here from Vonivan, making use of the air landing officer's ability.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Bring up the Firefly there to support against the King Tiger. Shot though, looks like he failed to hit, though landed right in front of the King Tiger.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
Start another push there for Vonivan. He's not trying to push too much into the centre. They're sort of trying to avoid that if necessary. Just playing around Wuff's force as much as possible, which is certainly a good move there by Vonivan. And we got Wuff there launching an assault over the King Tiger, pampering up support. No immediate infantry support though. Sniper shoots, failed to do anything to the Panther. I mean the King Tiger there from inside his trench. Also makes him a pretty obvious target for the King Tiger. There you go, takes a nasty hit to the sniper, survives though. The first one, but he's going to have to retreat there and he might still get wiped out. No, he got really lucky there. That was certainly, I think, for 9 pushing his luck a bit much. Got the con moving head, Firefly, there still needs some support though, thinks we'd have a chance there. But there you go, flanks gains a good hit there, Veterinary 2 for the Comet crew.
Enemy causing trouble.
And a sneak attack on the fuel by Wuff. Up north here we got the commanders dealing with advancing Volkswagen squads there. Bren guns, Sten guns, making short work of those damn dirty Huns. Then we got a bun hand grenade off there.
Damned enemies trying to take a point.
Here's section dealing with the advantage troops. Got the King Tiger Panther moving in. Comet still hanging back. Firefly good to go for now alongside the armoured car. Section almost been wiped out though. Focus section that is. And there you go. Push back. Gets wiped with the Comet shooting at the King Tiger. The AoE wipes out the Bastard. And the jump right from the Comet as well here. Ooh, rather poor luck there for Vonivan. Still Panies that do get the message and get the devil out of there. So what would be next for Wuff? Ostwind, Panther 4, another Panther. Besides those orbital laden that is. Firefly sitting at armoured cars. Well, looks like it's going to join them into a larger force maybe that way. Try and take out the German armour. Trench getting bombarded. King Tiger pulling back for some repairs. And up north here a bit more skirmishing. Section sent away. And Commando Officer moving up to support here. The armoured column of Vonivan by the looks of it. Right, looks like they're going to strike at it. Trench down. Moving in the armoured car first, looks like they might try and aim to mobilise, maybe. Hard to say what Vonivan's plan is. Either way, there seems to be broken off here by anti-tank weapons threatening the flank of the assault, forcing them to fall back. We've got an artillery strike here on the centre of the house, housing the machine gun. So if they're able to quickly throw a spanner in the works there for Vonivan's assault. Filling the entire area there with high explosive shells. Need to be careful of trying to disarm mines while standing on them, doing an artillery strike. That could easily end up badly for Vonivan's sappers there. Do you think this is a good idea? Don't worry, I've done this a ton of times. I even do all of my electrical work during thunderstorms. I have yet to be hit. And there you go, regular Cromwell on the way there for Vonivan. Not say another Comet, another Firefly, or I don't know, Crocodile. He's just going for a regular Cromwell there. Interesting choice. Then again, can he actually go for any of the other things? No, he can't. So I suppose that makes sense. Well, he could have gone for another Firefly, but he aims for the Cromwell there. Oh, direct hit by the King Tiger, wiping the entire section, dropping a Bren gun. Bad luck for Vonivan there, bad luck. Being still careful with his armour, they're not launching into sort of pointless assaults here. Jumping it out in the open here. Wow, getting pretty lucky there. The Comet just can't seem to land a hit despite being veterancy too. Ooh, God, mine. They almost wiped the unit. In fact, now the machine gun with the next plane gun commando section running ahead as well there. Now basically changing tactics. And he gets the machine gun there now. No, he gets away. There you go. Cromwell tank out here for the 11th Armoured. Sniper need a bit of healing. King Tiger veterans 114 kills. Firefly failed to penetrate there. Shoots again, bounces again. There you go, McKenna queuing up straight for the armoured car and the Comet. We need to get the armoured car. They got smoke screen down. I think he's trying to go up there to pop a grenade on it from the Comet. Bit risky there. Yeah, Comet grenade, but posing his luck rather. They've got air assault called in as well here. Risky move here by Vonivan. Veteran 2 getting the Firefly Comet almost taken out there. Rockets being flung at the Tiger, starting it up there. Comet went down though. Comet went down. Where's the Cromwell though? Rather too late to the party there, but there you go, trying to flank the King Tiger. Panther advancing in the Firefly. Firefly, there you go, taken out almost by the Kedem efforts of Panther. Pretty bad news there, section though, keeping it safe. Up north here, Cromwell didn't get quite far behind the Panther. Well, the King Tiger almost got her there though. Panther gaining veteran 3 going there for the Comet as well. Ah! So close to getting the King Tiger there, so close. Aircraft shot down. Going down by the northern road. Another crashing down here. Vonivan was really, really close there, but trying to see a lot of Kedem effort, pretty risky. And he had a second Firefly instead of that Comet, he could possibly actually pull it off. But oh well. Need to get that Firefly fixed up because that's really the only thing that's really going to, I think, keeping a fight here versus Wuff and his Panther now veteran 3, which makes it much more mobile and much more lethal with a much higher rate of fire. That's really dangerous there for any of Vonivan's armour. I've still got the armoured car though. You can see that Wuff is going in pretty fearlessly. There you go, direct hit from the Firefly. He's going to push out though, and he doesn't need more rockets. Oh, the Kenneth lands a good hit though. And a quick blitzkrieg here from Wuff. Wuff is not going to push his luck any further than necessary. That was a rather bad engagement there for Vonivan. He lost quite a few things without really doing, I think, sort of similar damage to Wuff in return, though he's seemingly killed some of the infantry, so it's not like he's completely out of the game, but he didn't quite get what he wanted, which was Panther and the King Tiger, which by now is Veterancy 2, making that one more accurate. Of course, the bigger issue is, of course, the Panther now is going to see hitting Veterancy 4 and Veterancy 5. Victory points wise, though, Vonivan remains in the lead here versus Wuff. Sniper fire there, 9 kills. Catching the orbital down there with a Piat and LMG 34. But for some reason they're not responding to the British firing at them until it's too late. That was a bit weird. There you go, King Tiger advancing, gain the section there. Quick hit there with the 88mm gun. More cannon methods for Wuff and the German army. Firefly though is good to go again. I'm guessing Vonivan's now setting up for Crocodile and another comet here versus Wuff. King Tiger slowly lumbering forwards like a Teutonic Titan, decimating any British force before it. Fighting on the centre there, Vickers need to retreat. That is very low on health. It'd be a shame here for Vonivan to lose his Veterancy machine gun. Sniper pushing a bit close. Instead he's calling an artillery there using the sniper. Still not shooting the Vickers though. He's got 25 pounder guns signing in there. Oh, exposed to the rear there of the King Tiger. We got the Panther moving forwards instead. There you go, quick emergency war speed there. Nice hit there on the Panther there. Veteran on the Firefly. Panther almost Veteran 4. Smoke screen down, covering up further retreat here, but Vonivan has been pushed off the field here. Armoured car good to go now. The Firefly has been worked on again. Interesting enough, none of the shots so far from the British artillery is hitting the light infantry gun sort of very well. Which, by the way, is now Veterancy 5. And Jaeger's out here for Wuff to quick to grab back the southern victory point and try and pressure Vonivan into maybe making some mistakes. He suddenly gets all 3 victory points against him. Definitely in a possible strategic approach there by Wuff. Vonivan there going for another comet. Panther more or less good to go. King Tiger being fixed up as well. Some experienced panzer crews here that Wuff has managed to assemble in defense of Germany. Troops slowly moving ahead. Bouncing on the centre, forces falling back. And got that MG34 hitting Veterancy 2, making things more difficult for Vonivan's infantry. In the south we got sections, officers advancing with sniper support here. There's the Jaegers. And troops in the centre pinned down. Each enough is not going for the northern victory point. We're going to get back a Bren gun there. Firefly, the Kenneth, then the King Tiger, getting landing some good hits there. And there you go, another comet for Vonivan and the 11th Armoured. Sturmpioneer though guarding the path to the northern victory point. Seddersley, and there you go. Panther flanking, going for the Firefly. There you go, takes a hit but fails to bound or penetrate. And there you go, up north, got the comet pushing back the Sturmpioneer with its 77mm gun. Panther still very close to Veterancy 4 and increased accuracy and range. Definitely bad news for Vonivan if he gets there. Good news for Wuff though, good news for Wuff. Obviously. Officer there, there's a sniper and the officer. Not doing too well there for the orbital Dardan. Losses quickly piling up there. Bit of pressure up here. In fact, for now quickly getting back most of the map. Very good. Wolf floating a ton of fuel, but at the same time he can't really spend it on much because he's got Panthers and King Tigers, so his pop cap's more or less filled out there. Vonivan at the same time is almost at full pop cap as well. Oh, did they need to retreat? There you go. Avoiding death by King Tiger there. Wolf being a bit judicious there with this King Tiger, not just going to waltz it in blindly and risk it being knocked out by something very unpleasant. Panther moving about, very close to Veteran 4. Still, he hasn't really done a lot with the Panther. He's clearly being very cautious around Vonivan because this is sort of situation where one makes a mistake, you know, that could quickly, you know, give the game away to the other one. So both players here being, shall we say, very cautious. They know it's going to be, you know, a big battle to the side, so they just don't want to be the one initiating, because the one initiating is likely going to be the one who messes up somehow, I suppose. At least that's their thinking. In the end, though, Wolf looks like the one setting it off here. There you go, King Tiger advance supporting here by Kenref. Kenref cleared up for Wolf, or for Vonivan, bit of a loss there. There you go, rockets off on the King Tiger. One misses though, only blinding the King Tiger. Jumping here pursuing. Another unit wiped. In fact, he lost his Vickers machine gun. Pretty bad news there for Vonivan. Pretty bad news. Jumping in there, Veteran 4 pushing forward, but into the sappers, and oh, we could see a wipe, we could see a wipe. Too much going on there for Wolf. Comet there being pursued by the King Tiger. Needs to get the Firefly. We got the sniper supporting. Could maybe try for a critical shot there on the King Tiger. Firefly flanking. He's even using emergency warp. He's rushing in with the armored car. If he can flank and then get off, there you go. Target, threat, risky, but there you go. Gets taken out by the Kenref. What can do so? Panther flanking in now. He's finally using it. Almost got the King Tiger, but no. Taken up by the Kenref for the Panther. Infantry taken up by artillery as well. A crushing blow there to Vonivan. Panther getting flanked there, but it's Veteran 4 and can easily escape. Pierce sniper moving up. No critical shots there from Vonivan sniper. There he's finally going for it. Gets the turret rotation on the Panther, jammed. Shot bounced. Halfway to Veteran 5. He's actually blitzing forward here. Wolf is being incredibly ballsy, since he can't quite aim the Panther easily as long as his turret ring is jammed, and at the same time just giving Wolf, or Vonivan, essentially 3 shots on his Panther. Another comment on the way over there for Vonivan. He's still in the fight here, feels. He's still got a victory point lead. He's still got most of the map, though he did suffer some quite grievous losses. King Tiger extremely close to Veteran 3. 35 killed by the air landing officer.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
35 kills. Forces sweeping in there. Pops a smoke screen to get out of there. Commenting dying at repairs. But that was a really close engagement there. Had to maybe just angle it slightly differently there. Vonivan could have probably gotten that King Tiger and left Wolf in a very bad spot. But things didn't quite work out like that.
Trying to take a point from us.
Healing enforcement.
There's a comet tank.
Comet number 2 up for Vonivan.
Supply line's been cut. The new engineer section is waiting for orders.
Picking up the Panther there, which is really close to Veteran 5.
Comet tank ready and waiting.
Close Benozagar there. And there you go, King Tiger, Veteran 3. Sniper there landing some good hits on the full Scanadira. Almost got the unit wiped out. So soon 2 comets to go here versus a Veteran 4 Panther and a Veteran 3 King Tiger, which opens up for spearhead mode. Now the sapper team for Vonivan Approach to assist with repairing the comets. Almost got the eggs there wiped out by the sniper. And there you go, Panther on the hunt. Trying to get the sniper there. Looks like he might actually succeed here. And he gets the bastard.
Squad's gone.
Another loss for Vonivan.
Engineer unit is ready for action.
Another loss for Vonivan and the 11th Armoured Division, but a victory there from 107th Panzer Brigade. The first combat they almost good to go. Almost fixed up. Even welding on the paint somehow. So how will Vonivan utilise his 2 comets to deliver some kind of winning blow against Wuff? At least attempt to.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Second taking nasty hit there from light infantry gun, 76 kills. Section almost wiped out there. Using spearhead mode and just shattering the unit. Emergency war speed there above comets. Bound for the north. Opposite holding up there. Not a lot of cover for the section to hide behind, so that makes it an easy target for the opposite garden. He's setting off for something in the south. Looks like for now might finally begin to get a bit more aggressive, which I do feel like could have been more off at times here versus Wuff. There you go. Thoughts are being crushed by the comet up close. Panther engaged here, falling back. Need to come not to split up the comets. Oh dear, oh dear. For now, sitting at one comet. Nope. There you go. Decides not to pursue. Should keep them together. Also, of course, be careful about how he does it all. Panther lands another good hit there. Very, very, very close to Infantry 5 and the ace status. Putting back the comet there for repairs. Sab's about to get wiped out here by snipe or marksman fire and artillery fire there.
We're losing a capture point.
Northern fuel pump secured there by Wuff's orbital, and there you go. Panther lands another hit down the comet and is now at Infantry 5. It now has increased line of sight and more accuracy on the move. Jaeger's out in the open getting pulverized by comet fire. Sapper taken out there by a hit from the Panther, and there you go. Got the comet flanking behind. Gets a good hit there. Infantry 2. Infantry 2 is going to use emergency war speed at the same time. Wuff blitzes away though, and he's going to bait him straight to the mine. There, he's going to bait him straight to the mine. Vonivan takes the bait, and there we go. Damaged engine on the comet. Panther lands another excellent hit at range. Okay, moving in. Got the officer to support those. And he gets the comet there. He gets the comet. The Ace Panther defeats all, it seems, at this point. 29 kills in service of Germany. Now going straight for the other comet. Killing some of the Saps, repairing it. Smokes in there from the officer retreating. Panther misses. Comet on there gets a penetrating hit there. Panther down to half health. Falls a bit further back, but there you go. Gets a hit, but takes a penetrating hit as well. And now Vonivan's pushing in with the final comet. There he's getting another one, though. He's getting another comet here versus Wuff. Panther falling back rapidly. Takes a hit there, and nasty hit. Doesn't quite get the Panther. There you go. Panther lands another hit. King Tiger is nowhere needs to be seen, and there you go. Gets the Panther. The ace is down. Germany has lost a hero. But gets a damaged engine within Wuff's base. And King Tiger finding out the front line using again spearhead tactics. Machine gun supporting booby traps down as well on that point. Trying to save that comet. Gets another kid in there for crew. Can he get it out of there? Who's going to try and destroy it? Gets it. Another Panther there for Wuff. Shot bounced off there from Lights Infantry. Shoots the kid though, finishes the job. Down to 73 points versus 131. Northern victory point not his. Booby traps down the fuel point. Grabbing back the southern one as well here. Vonivan's forces are now in tatters compared to Wuff's men, who have seen their fair share of losses, but nonetheless remains a much larger force. A lot more veterancy. And there you go, comet train to the King Tiger. And we've got Blitzkrieg here to build distance between the two, ensuring he does not get flanked here by the comet. More Jaegers out here for Wuff. There you go, Sappers and officers launching assault in the south, but quickly dodge into the house. 50 points left for Vonivan. besieging the house with the eggs inside. My God, they really wants that point. Maybe we should just give them 9. That's not the point of this war. What is the point of this war after all? You know, it's a really good point. I just don't quite know it yet. Here lands a penetrating hit on the front alarm. The Comet, we got the Panther moving down there. King Tiger could also be moving in support, but he's keeping everything in reserve in case something unexpected happens across the rest of his front there. So we got Orbis unfortunately attacking the Comet and whatever infantry is nearby, which is quickly melting away, by the way. Like, there's not a lot left to support the Panther. Got the officer mounting a desperate last stand there. 41 killed, but he's really done a lot there for Vonivan. Sapper's down. Officer might even go down here. No, Orbis on retreat before the officer. Panther misses the Comet. Comet misses one in return. Down to 21 points there for Vonivan. Down to 21 points. Comet almost down there. Panther's almost got it. And there you go. Comet finally goes off. He tried to pop a smoke grenade to get out of there, but sadly, not enough there for Vonivan. Not enough. And there you go. GG, game over. Loss there for Vonivan. A loss for the 11th Armoured Division. A victory here, however, bloody for the 1 and 7th Panther Brigade. A brutal fight on Fayomonville Approach involving heavy armoured losses on both sides, heavy infantry losses, and just lots of stuff going on there. I do feel at times that Vonivan maps could have tried, actually launching some larger scale flanking assaults than Wuff, or used to smoke on his comments there to, make it hard for Wuff's anti-attack web to deal with it. So there is, I think, some room for improvement there for Vonivan. I suppose part would also like to maybe attempting to get down another Fort Logistics glider to calling some actual commanders that way, maybe aiming for an infantry advantage there. And also, I do feel like he was neglecting raid operation. Wuff at the same time could have fought more aggressive, more flanking. He was so much more sort of reactive as well to what Vonivan was doing, but overall managed his Panther quite well there until the very bitter end there, was basically sort of hunted down his own, basically lost him. Still, overall quite good job. They're getting a vet 75 Panther, not what you see very often. Could have had booby traps out sooner though, but I also think Wuff there played pretty well here versus Vonivan. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a reply and some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and of course a big thanks to all my patrons and supporters, which this episode might be possible. And see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.